Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you some beautiful and super easy little shabby chic sugar cookie heart ornaments that I made. And I used the Dollar Tree chalkboard heart tags that come 4 to a package. This was so easy to put together too, and you can use anything you want to hang as a dangle from your little hearts. Now I will show you in the next picture the little chalkboard hearts that I'm talking about from the Dollar Tree. Now in this picture there's only one heart because I had already used 3 of them, but there are 4 in this package. So let's move on and I'll show you the picture of the heart tags that you'll need. Okay, so I'm going to be using this paint, Ceram Coat in Hydrangea Pink, right there. And I'm going to put a little bit here on the plate. Now, this paint dries pretty quickly, which is nice. And I'm going to be using a little cosmetic triangle sponge. You can buy this at the Dollar Tree. And the back part here we're actually going to use as the front, and this is pretty easy to cover. Usually a couple of sponging type coats will do, and it does dry very quickly in between. I also use my tabletop fan, and that helps to really speed things up. And this you can cover as well, depending on the paint that you use, the brand of paint. It will take anywhere from 2 to 3 coats. And as you can see, I'm just patting this like that. And I put my big old finger there. Okay, so now I'm just going to allow this to dry, and like I said, it dries very quickly, and then I'll come back and give it a second coat. Okay, and under my tabletop fan, honestly, it took just a few minutes to become dry enough to give it a second coat. And this part with the chalkboard on it will be the back of my heart. And I like the fact that it has a nice hole already punched out at the top, large enough to put a ribbon through. I think that it would benefit you if you prepared all your hearts. Just, take a day and prepare all the hearts that you need to prepare while you're watching TV or something like that, and then have everything ready to go and decorate the next day. Okay, so that was the second coat, and actually it covered it pretty well. So I'm going to allow this to dry under my tabletop fan too, and I'm going to do the exact same thing to the back, okay? And when I'm finished with the back and everything is dry, then I'm going to come in and do the sides here. And if you just give that a little once over with a sponge like this all the way down, you should be fine. But I'll go ahead and finish this, and we'll be back, and then we'll decorate it. Very quickly, I wanted to show you the heart and how it turned out. And I went ahead and gave it another coat on the chalkboard side. It was fine with 2 coats, but I just thought a 3rd coat just made it look so much better. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But it wasn't any problem at all because, like I said, if you dry this under a little tabletop fan, it literally takes minutes in between to where it's dry enough where you can give it another coat. So it was no big deal to me at all. So with that said, we'll move on. Okay, so to start, I recommend Beacon Fabri-Tac. This stuff is great, and the more I use it, the more I love it. And so we're going to use this to glue everything down. And believe it or not, it has a very strong hold. So we're going to start with some 4mm pearl trim. Now I purchased this particular one at Walmart, but they do have this pearl trim at Hobby Lobby as well. This was less than $4 at Walmart, and I'm sure it's even less expensive at Hobby Lobby because you can pick up all kinds of pearl trims for $1.99, like this one, or $2.99, and this is 24 feet in this one. Now this is a white Aurora Borealis, but I will use this, but I do highly suggest using the solid white pearls like this too. Okay, they do have pink, but since the center of our heart is pink, you may or may not want to use that. I'll show you a heart that I did with the pink, and then you can decide for yourself whether you'd like to do it or not. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of wrap this around to give it a rough measure. Probably about here. I'll cut that. Like so. Okay. So I'm going to start here, I think in the corner, and I'm just going to put this right along the edge. One thing nice about this glue is it dries completely clear too. You can't see it. And I'm going to set this right there in the corner. Just kind of move it along. And you don't have to rush this part. Just take your time. Give it a couple of minutes to grab hold. Okay. And put a little more right here around the edge. All the way around, like so. Okay. I'm going to lift it up so I can see. I think it might even be better to snip this right here. Yeah, see when I did that? Made it a little better. Okay, just make sure it's nice and even. And then we'll put some down here, like that. All right. And then I'm just gonna snip this off right here. There we go. And like I said, this glue will dry clear, so don't worry about that. Okay, So I'm going to give this a couple of minutes just to grab hold so I can go on with the next step, okay? I purchased this rhinestone chain from Amazon. It's 2.5 millimeter Aurora Borealis chain, and it really is beautiful. For 10 yards, I paid with tax $9.30, and I did get free shipping because I have Amazon Prime. All right, so I will give you the link to this. I'll put it on my blog. Just click on the picture of this project when you go to happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and when you click on the picture of the project, then it'll open up and the link will be right there for you, just in case you're interested. Okay, and I did get this in 1 day's time too because of Prime. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to start here at the edge. Okay, we're going to glue this on, and it really holds this chain well. So I'm going to start by doing this all the way around. Okay, so we're going to lie this down right here, and we're going to go all the way around like this. Okay, just be careful that it doesn't turn on its side, the chain. And then I'm going to put some more here. Now be careful when you go here. I'll show you. I'm going to keep that pushed back up against the pearls. There we go. You'll just go over just the top of the hole, just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to put some more glue the way around. And just take your time with this part. You don't have to be in any big rush. And it's well worth it when you finish. You see the final product to have taken your time. Okay, I'm going to go all the way down here now. Okay. You got to be careful it doesn't flip on its side. Okay, and then I'm going to take my little nipper tool and cut this off at the end. There we go. Okay, just like that. Isn't that pretty? That's what we have so far. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could also make another row of chain here. It's totally up to you. But be careful, because whatever you choose to use for your last trim, you're going to need to keep this little hole open for two reasons. First of all, to put the ribbon in. Secondly, you're going to need a little divot area to put your embellishment, and you probably won't understand what I'm talking about until I actually get to that part. So I'm going to be using the pearl trim. Not the white pearl trim that I used around here, but I'm going to use this Hobby Lobby Aurora Borealis trim to go around here. Okay, so what we're going to do is when we start placing our trim and we go all the way around, I'm going to cut this off here. going to stop here. And then I'm going to start it again on this side. And there's a very important reason for that, and I'll explain it to you as we go further along in the project, okay? So for now, I'm just going to kind of roughly measure what we'll need. Okay. Take my Fabri-Tac. And I'm going to go all the way around on this one side of the ornament first. Okay. So I'm going to start here. And I'm going to go all the way around, and I'm going to cut it off right here with my nipper tool. Like that. Okay. All right. There we go, just like that. All right. And I'm going to do the other side, and see how I didn't go across like that. We're going to leave that open. So take my glue. I'm going to go all the way around on this side. And your tabletop fan is a wonderful thing to have, because it does speed up a little bit of the drying process. I mean, the Fabri-Tac doesn't take that long to dry anyway, but under a little tabletop fan, it really goes much quicker. Okay. Go all the way around, and I'm going to stop here. Just like so. All right, so this is what we have so far, and I'm going to place this under my tabletop fan, and we're going to come back and make something very beautiful in here. All right, and I'll show you what that is. Okay, so next we're going to add some pretty iridescent glitters in here, and I say glitters because I like to mix mine up. And what I'm doing today is I'm going to find different cuts of white iridescent glitter that I have in my little glitter stash here. And I found some white iridescent tinsel glitter. And we can't forget the German glass glitter. And I'll give a link to the gal who sells this on eBay on my blog. Okay, and you can also, if you live out of the country, you can also buy diamond dust. Okay, and then I think I'm going to add some of this jumbo white iridescent glitter that I got from Walmart. And I have a little bit of the pink jumbo glitter. I'm doing a little bit of both, the pastel pink and the white iridescent. Okay, let's see. I think I had another one of these. Maybe not. I have a little bit left of this ultra fine white glitter. I think I have pink in here. Yeah. This is the ultrafine pink. So I've got a lot of different types of cuts of glitter. Use what you have. You don't have to get the exact same type of glitters that I have here. Just go through your stash and see what you have. Alright. So I'm going to start out by putting this ultrafine glitter in here. Well, just a little bit, not much. I just kind of mix it as I go. And then I'm going to add some of the glass glitter. Actually, I'm going to do a pretty good amount of this, I think. I had a little wooden spoon, and I don't know what happened to it to get the glass glitter out. I was looking for it, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm going to have to clean this up anyway afterwards, I guess. I can only take out a little bit at a time on this wooden stick. Okay. And then I'm going to add some of this iridescent glitter. Kind of making a mess here. Oh well. And then it's closing very well. I'll fiddle with that later. And then I have some tinsel glitter here. And some ultrafine pink. This actually looks much brighter than it is. I'm just going to put a tad of that on. And jumbo glitter. A little bit of that. And lastly, a little bit of the white jumbo glitter. Okay, and then I'm just gonna stir this all around. I'm gonna close the lid on this and shake it. Okay, give it a real good shake. Okay? Alright. So, the next step, let me get some of this glitter up here first, and then I'll be right back. Sorry about that. It was just really bothering me, the glitter was, because I had spilled glass glitter all over the place. Okay, now, I'm going to be using glossy accents to kind of flood the middle part here. You might be wondering why I'm not using triple thick. Normally I would, but I'm out of triple thick. And right now, triple thick really is difficult, if not impossible, to find. I called the Deco Art Company and asked them about the triple thick. And they basically told me that during this COVID-19, they weren't operating at, at full capacity, and that a lot of their vendors that sold them various chemicals or whatever to make the triple thick and also other paints and varnishes and whatever they make. So it wasn't just triple thick that was affected. But they did say that they were going to start running at full capacity in August, which is good news, and that you should start seeing triple thick out there for sale sometime in September. So I'm really going to be looking for that. Now, this will work just as well on here, But it's just that the triple thick, if you get the 8-ounce container, it's a little more economical. But this will turn out really pretty. And we're just gonna kind of flood the inside like this as much as we can. It doesn't have to be overkill, just, you know, enough to do the job. Get the job done. Okay. Alright. And now I'm going to shake this glitter all over on the inside. Okay. And just take a popsicle stick or the back of a spoon, whatever you have, and just kind of tap it down so the glass glitter will not stick up. I make sure and talk about this every time I use glass glitter now, because some of my earliest videos where I started using glass glitter, I had people say, I use glass glitter and it's rough and it's sharp and this and that, and I was kind of surprised that they just automatically didn't tap it down. So I realized at that point that I need to say something. Okay, I'm going to turn it over once. I'm not going to shake it, just turn it over once. Then after you turn it over, go back in and tap it down again. And then everything will be fine. It'll be perfectly smooth and you won't have to worry about it. I'm just doing this just very gently, like this. Make sure I get everywhere. And you can come back in with a toothpick. Let me grab a toothpick here. And just do this around the inside circle so there won't be any little fuzzies sticking out. Alright. So now I am going to place this under my tabletop fan. And when this is completely dried, we'll come back and we'll finish the job. So stay tuned, because I think you're really going to love this. Okay, so as you can see, this has turned out really beautiful. I sure hope that the camera's picking it up, because it really is beautiful. And so before we finish decorating the rest of it, we need to add a little oval shaped bail down here. Now normally I use the pendant bails in the oval shape, but I only have them in gold, and I wanted to use silver to kind of match this chain here. So I did have a glue-on earring bail, and so I'm going to use that. Now if you go to purchase some glue-on bails, I usually get the small or the medium, and make sure they are oval in shape. If you buy the bails that are square in shape or a large circle, if you put it down here at the base of your heart, you're going to be able to see part of that bail on the sides, and so you don't want that to happen. So make sure it's oval, okay? And you could use Fabri-Tac to glue this on, but I just like to be extra careful, and so that's why I'm using the E6000, because you will be placing beads on there that might be knocked around, and you know, so you want it to, I gotta really squeeze this. This is an older bottle, and I need to get a newer bottle. Yeah, look at this. This is almost all dried out. Ugh. Okay, well, let me squeeze it. See if I can get something out of there. Yeah, there we go. That's fresher. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Man, I really need to pick up some more E6000, but this will stick. I'm going to place this in front of my little tabletop fan to dry. But before I do that, I'm going to wipe off the edges with a toothpick like this. Alright, now I'm going to let this dry solid, and then we'll come back and we will finish off the decorating part. Okay, so as you can see, this has dried down here, this little bale. So I made a little dangly charm out of some Hobby Lobby beads that I found in the reduced bead section. And this is just a little Shambhala bead at the bottom. And I just put little 4mm daisy spacers in between. You can put anything you want here for a dangle. I'm using a 6mm jump ring to hook this on. Okay. And I'm just going to close it like this. Alright. And then I'm using about 16 inches of 1/4 inch wide organza ribbon, and it's in a real light pink color, but you can use what you want. I'm going to slide it through the hole here, and then slide these strings through that, and give it a little tug like that. Okay, so now I'm going to take one of these little lightweight acrylic oval rhinestones. You can buy these in the flatback rhinestone section of any craft store, like where the flatback stickers are, rhinestones and pearls and things. They'll have these at Michael's, and I've seen them at Hobby Lobby. You can use anything that will cover fairly well. It won't cover 100% the top, but most of the hole to where it's not recognizable as a hole. You can use anything acrylic. I wouldn't recommend metal. I would stick with something acrylic if I was you, just because it's a little more lightweight. And I'm going to put some Fabri-Tac on this. Just a minute, Lucy. Sorry about that. My dog's wanting in this room. Okay, and it's just like this. And see, it covers up most of it, so that's pretty good. And it dries fairly quickly. I have this little shabby chic wooden button with roses on it, and I'm going to put this on the back where the other side of the hole is. Like that. Just so it'll look pretty on the back. Okay, so I'm just going to allow this to dry, and it should not take long at all. And then we'll be back. Okay, so that does it, and you can see that the pink in the middle here is slightly darker than the one we made here. That's because every time you mix up glitter, it comes out a little different. But I think they turned out really pretty, and I think these will look beautiful on any shabby chic Christmas tree, that's for sure. So with that said, you take care, and thank you so much for watching, and God bless each and every one of you. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.